Potatoes! This is potatoes! Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on the show, I'm going to teach you how to make German potato dumplings. Look up what they're called in German. Kartoffelklöße. Kartoffelklöße. I'm so sorry, I do not know how to say that. Alright, so, first step tonight, in the spirit of Germany, is we're gonna drink beer. We're gonna drink a lot of beer. So much beer that I actually have a special glass that I'll be drinking out of tonight that was sent to us by Stephanie, our longtime friend and supporter. And I'm only drinking from this glass, well, not only. A contributing factor to my decision to use this glass is that my wife is out of town on business and I don't have to be accountable for the state I'm in by the end of this episode. And here it is. This is the beer glass. I don't know how many beers fit in it, but I'm gonna find out. So let's make that drink. We're gonna fill it with Bitburger. Bitte ein Bit. Germany's #1 draft beer. Good thing it's in a bottle. How many beers will it take? Leave your guess in the comments below. Pause the video. Pause the video. Comment now. Well, that filled it up way more than I expected it. I guess it is pretty narrow there at the bottom. Ein. Glug, 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 glug. Is this gonna be 3 beers? Nah, it's gonna be, my guess is 4. 4beers.com. Dry. Yeah, I think we can do one more. Can't wait for this to get warm. So this is a liter and then some. Oh, it's getting so heavy. Okay, there it is. Ta-da! Let's see how it tastes. Very refreshing. I feel like a toddler. Daddy gave me a beer! Alright, let's get this bitch rolling. Here I have 3 pounds of potatoes. And I cheated a little bit. I peeled these off camera. I only did that because I was feeling antsy. Wanted to get rolling. I looked at a lot of recipes. And some of those old German ladies said, don't peel the potatoes. Well, I think it's a hell of a lot easier to peel potatoes when they're not yet boiled. So, these are regular potatoes. They're russet potatoes. These are the cheap ass potatoes. I think I got them for $1. How be potatoes being so cheap? We're gonna bring it up to a boil and then simmer them like 15 to 20 minutes. Remove the water from the potatoes by emptying out the pot. And then we're gonna let them cool down. We're gonna smash them with some shit, make them into balls, and then we're gonna boil them again. Very exciting, amazing flavors, I'm sure. And also we're gonna cook some other shit. So on that note, I'm gonna work on other shit. You wanna do another intro? So we can't use our fancy strainer trick because we gotta actually let these potatoes sit in that colander, or a strainer, as I grew up calling it. I have strong memory as a child. Someone being like, "Can you give me the colander?" I'd be like, "What? I don't know what a f***ing colander is." We call it a strainer. We call it that because you use it to strain things. I'm not colanding things, I'm straining them. Colander. Okay, so these potatoes, they're just done. Knife inserts. A little bit of resistance. I think that's gonna be great. Just calling it now. GreatPotatoes.com. All right. Same pot. Ooh, it's hot. Handle is close to the oven vent. I'm gonna get some water, heat it up, salted water. I don't actually say water. I do that literally just for the show. I actually, in real life, I say water. I just realized that this pot's probably too small. Well, we'll do it in batches probably, or we'll just make half of them and just say f it. All right, get some water going, and you can salt it. All right, let's make that dough, that dumpling dough. If you were German, you'd probably call it like Dusel dumpling or some shit like that. Let's start with a couple eggs. Let's go with 2 eggs. I think that should be plenty. All right, that's beat. Now let's add a little nutmeg. This is just pure flavor. Some nutmeg. All right, now it's time to mash the potatoes. Here's my masher. It's my grandpa's masher. And I just realized that mashing a potato into liquid egg is gonna be a bit of a challenge, but mashing is important because it's going to help build the starches that turn this into something sticky. And if you don't have something sticky in here, then how the hell is it gonna stick together? That's my question. And also, I failed to mention that some people put raw potatoes in this, and those are the most difficult ones to make. But the flip side, the cooked ones, such as we're doing now, are the easiest to make. All right, we got that flour. I'm gonna start with a half cup, and maybe add another half cup together, which makes a full cup. And you don't want to overmix, from what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to season these. Let's go with some salt. And some pepper. No sugar this time, kids. And already it feels pretty dough-like to me, but we might need to add more flour. All right, so you need to wet your hands a little bit, not too much. And then you take your dough, get a handful, and then I'm using the methodology I'm using is the methodology I used to use for making burgers. Where you gotta really smash that ball into a ball. And if you don't tightly pack it, it'll fall apart. And if you want to roll it in your hands, you can get more. More smoothness, like so. I think these are pretty large, but if I make them large, I have to make less of them, so that's the route I'm going. They also look like they're a little lumpy, but I think that might be texturally pleasing. Just do that till you're done. So far, it seems to be going fine. Hopefully we boil these things and they actually cook. We'll be back. So through entirely arbitrary measures, I made 11 dumplings, and there they are. And I'm seriously concerned they're too big, but we might just have some doughy insides. All right, so in simmering water, not boiling but simmering, you can see there are little shimmery bubbles. Let's go ahead and drop these in. If you got a slotted spoon, that would be perfect for this job. I don't. So when you put these in the pot, such as we're doing now, initially they will not float. But after a minute or two, they will, hopefully. And it looks like in my pot, I will be able to cook some of them, but not all of them. So we might have to do a second batch. All right, so leave them there till they float, then we'll cover the lid and simmer them for a time. More updates when we return. Okay. Here, I have an update. The dumplings are floating for the most part. You can see they've started to fall apart, which is bad. But not all of them, some of them look fine. Maybe I didn't squeeze them hard enough, I don't know. Let me put this lid on here, reduce the heat. Oh, by the way, there's some cabbage. And we're gonna, you should make them smaller. Yeah, you should. We're gonna let them go like 15-20 minutes in that water. Hopefully that cooks them all the way through. We'll pull one out and give it a chop, sacrificial chop, and I will let you know how it goes. But so far it's looking f***ed. That's why I finished my beers. We didn't capture that, but there's the evidence. I don't know if I can drink any more beers. All right, we'll be back. I'm chopping some bacon because these dumplings are gonna be f***ed. And just so you know, John, I'm pretty sure we can't make dumplings their own episode if the dumplings are f***ed. But at any rate, it's a pretty plain side dish, so you can put butter with breadcrumbs on them. You can put butter with onions on them. Well, you could put butter and bacon on them. It's miscellaneous bacon. So we're gonna cook some of this bacon in this butter, and I feel like no matter how f***ed these dumplings are, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna mask our failures with saturated fat. I was reading like a bunch of stuff, like actual German people who are like, yeah, they don't taste like much, but they're cheap in the filling. Let's just go the whole mile and just cook all this butter and all this bacon. Let's just put it all in there and see what happens. That should lubricate your arteries. Is your blood flowing slow? Well, you can fix that. I actually legitimately remember an elementary school teacher telling me that yeah, people are so focused on a no-fat diet these days. You gotta have a little fat, because otherwise things can't flow in your blood. I was like, is that science? Is that how it works? Anyways, I think he was making shit up. Okay, so it's been some amount of time. You can see that some of our dumplings fared better than others. Oh boy. And I can just imagine some German person being like, that looks f***ed.
They have to be German to think that?
Well, I can just imagine anyone looking at these being like, that looks f***ing terrible. But, not to be discouraged, I picked two of the ones that looked less f***ed. Put them on my serving plate. Pull the rest of these guys out. Yeah, recognizing things as f***ed is definitely not exclusive to the German people. And you can take that one to the bank.
Deutsche Bank.
These look pretty bad. But I bet they'll taste okay when we put butter and bacon on them. All right, let's just throw it right on. So by putting butter and bacon, holy grease, oh Lord. Santa Maria! Lord, forgive me for what we have done. All right, let's try that dumpling. We're cutting in. Looks like a pile of mashed potatoes, to be honest. That's pretty good. I can't say that I did it right, but honestly, it just tastes like a pile of mashed potatoes. Huh, I think I was too hard on myself. That actually was okay. I can see why people would be like, this sucks, it's boring. But with the bacon and the butter, it's not bad. Well, I guess that's how you do it. We managed to boil some potatoes several times, and the end product was edible. You want to see me eat anything else?